Rod Stewart. Sir Roderick David Stewart CBE, born January 10, 1945, is a British rock and pop singer and songwriter. Born and raised in London, he is of Scottish and English ancestry. With his distinctive raspy singing voice, Stewart is among the best-selling music artists of all time, having sold over 250 million records worldwide. He has had 10 number 1 albums and 31 top 10 singles in the UK, 6 of which reached number 1. Stewart has had 16 top 10 singles in the US, with 4 reaching number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100. He was knighted in the 2016 birthday honors for services to music and charity. Stewart's music career began in 1962 when he took up busking with a harmonica. In 1963, he joined the Dimensions as a harmonica player and vocalist. In 1964, Stewart joined Long John Baldry and the All-Stars before moving to the Jeff Beck Group in 1967. Joining Faces in 1969, he also maintained a solo career, releasing his debut album that year. Stewart's early albums were a fusion of rock, folk music, soul music, and R&B. His third album, 1971's Every Picture Tells a Story, was his breakthrough, topping the charts in the UK, US, Canada and Australia, as did its ballad Maggie May. His 1972 follow-up album, Never a Dull Moment, also reached number 1 in the UK and Australia, while going top 3 in the US and Canada. Its single, You Wear It Well, topped the chart in the UK and was a moderate hit elsewhere. After Stewart had a handful more UK top 10 hits, the Faces broke up in 1975. Stewart's next few hit singles were ballads with Sailing, off the 1975 UK and Australian number 1 album, Atlantic Crossing, becoming a hit in the UK and the Netherlands, number 1, Germany, number 4, and other countries, but barely charting in North America. A Night on the Town, 1976, his 5th straight chart topper in the UK, began a 3-album run of going number 1 or top 3 in the US, Canada, the UK and Australia with each release. That album's Tonight's the Night, Gonna Be Alright, spent almost 2 months at number 1 in the US and Canada, and made the top 5 in other countries. Footloose and Fancy Free, 1977, contained the hit You're in My Heart, the final acclaim, as well as the rocker Hot Legs. Blondes Have More Fun, 1978, and its disco-tinged Do You Think I'm Sexy both went to number 1 in Canada, Australia and the US, with Do You Think I'm Sexy also hitting number 1 in the UK and the top 10 in other countries. Stewart's albums regularly hit the upper rungs of the charts in the Netherlands throughout the 70s and in Sweden from 1975 onward. After a disco and new wave period in the late 1970s and early 1980s, Stewart's music turned to a soft rock/middle-of-the-road style, with most of his albums reaching the top 10 in the UK, Germany and Sweden, but faring less well in the US. The single Rhythm of My Heart was a top 5 hit in the UK, US and other countries, with its source album, 1991's Vagabond Heart, becoming, at number 10 in the US and number 2 in the UK, his highest charting album in a decade. In 1993, he collaborated with Bryan Adams and Sting on the power ballad All for Love, which went to number 1 in many countries. In the early 2000s, he released a series of successful albums interpreting the Great American Songbook.